everyone, I'm Wellesley from Little Literacy Nook. I am a literacy coach, a reading interventionist, and a virtual tutor, and I make videos to help you help your children and students learn how to read. Today's video is going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to go through all of these graphemes that represent speech sounds. So they are spelling patterns, individual spellings that represent different speech sounds. I'm going to stop throughout the video and kind of talk about each sound, if there's anything particular you need to know about, like the mouth placement, or if it makes multiple, if a certain grapheme makes multiple sounds, or if it's easily confused with another grapheme. I'm going to kind of give some tips and tricks to help you teach your child or your student all of these letter sounds. So these are all of, I would say, the majority of the graphemes that they need to know by the end of second grade. So we're going to go through starting with our single letters and speech sounds, and then we'll get into digraphs and blends and vowel teams. So hang with me throughout this video. Make sure you subscribe and check out the links below. If you want free stuff from me, I send out a monthly freebie email so that you can enjoy lots of free printable resources that you can use in your classroom or at home with your child. So make sure you sign up for that below, linked in my description, and subscribe to all my videos so you never miss a helpful video. Okay, so let's get started. Obviously, you can fast forward this video to find the sounds that you are looking for specifically. So, M, our lips are together for this sound. O, aw. If it is an open syllable, it can also make the long O sound, O. A, ah. We're going to drop our chin down, ah. It can also make the long A sound, A. D, 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 d. This is a stop sound. It's one click of the tongue, one breath of air. D, I like to teach students, starts with that C curve. D starts with a C curve. T, t. Also confused with the d sound sometimes. For D, you feel it a little bit more in the back of your throat, d. And T, it's a little bit more of a click with the lips, t. P, p. This is a whisper sound. We should not add a to this sound. P, p. N, n. So just like the letter M, this sound is very similar, but our mouth is open here. I, kind of scrunch your nose up with that to emphasize it. I, can also make the long I sound, I. S, s. C, k, can also make the s sound when it's paired with I, E, or Y. We're going to get to that later. L, l. I often hear people say l for this sound. This is not l. There's no opening of your mouth. Your tongue is pushed behind your teeth. L. B, b. One breath of air. This is not b. I teach students my fun little jingle for this song that has helped a lot of my students know the difference between B and D is B starts with a straight line down. B starts with a straight line down. Make a straight line down, then circle it around. B starts with a straight line down. E, eh. So the difference in E and I, you're going to feel a little bit of a wider mouth for E, eh. And I, you're going to kind of go up a little bit with your mouth and your nose, eh. Eh for E, eh for I. E can also make the long E sound, E. R, oh my gosh, this is one that please, if you watch any part of this video, watch this part. R is not Say it with me. R is not R spells the sound R. When we say the color red, we don't say it's red. We don't say it's a rabbit. It's a red. The sound for R is r. F. You've got your teeth on your bottom lip here, and you're blowing air. K. H, again a whisper sound. Please do not put a on this sound. It's just whisper it. One breath of air. G, G. You kind of feel it go to the back of your throat. G. W, W. U, It can also make the long U sound, U. J, J. This one is a lot of times confused with a CH sound. You kind of have to feel it in your tongue. There's like a little vibration. J, J. Z, Z. You feel that vibration there. X, X. We go ahead and teach students the sound of this that comes at the end of a word. It's the most common sound with X, even though it can make the Z sound like xylophone or X like X-ray, but those are not very common words. The most common spelling with X is at the end of a word, making that X sound. Y, okay, this is one that I had to retrain myself on recently because I always said Y, but it's more of like a Y, because if at the very beginning, like if we're saying the word yes, yes. So it's really hard to isolate. I don't think your child's not going to learn to read if they say y versus ye, but just if you really want to isolate that sound individually, ye is the sound. Okay, so this is a tricky one too because it's Q and U. I always go ahead and teach QU together because we always see it together in English. So I go ahead and teach it as qu. But I have seen recently when people are teaching just the Q, they'll teach ku. So if you want to teach the Q in isolation and think about just like the true beginning sound of that, it would just be ku. Okay? But I go ahead and teach it as qu. V often gets confused with F because you have the same mouth placement. The difference is V has a vibration to it and F is just blowing air. So V, V, your teeth are on your bottom lip and instead you vibrate that V. And for F, it's just a blow of air. CK, K. TH can make two different sounds here. Is the unvoiced sound. So your tongue is up behind your teeth, kind of making like a little scoopy arch, and you're blowing air through, like thumb. It can also make a voice sound with a vibration, so same mouth placement, there's just a little vibration there, like this. Okay, SH, this is a continuant sound. As long as you have air, you can keep making this sound. Shh. CH, one breath of air here. Ch, ch. People get this one confused with J sometimes, and the difference is J, you feel like this little vibration in the back of your throat, J, whereas CH is just that one pop of air, ch. WH, the way I describe this sound to my students is it's a whisper W, so versus just W, which is w. So that's kind of the best way. You can have them hold a piece of paper or tissue and feel that breath of air for WH, making the w. The problem is that in America, we just don't really emphasize this sound at all, so kids really almost have to memorize the words that use this spelling. Okay? L, double L at the end, double S at the end, double F at the end, Z, double Z at the end. Okay, now we're getting into blends. These are two individual sounds that come together in a word, and because of the movement of our mouth from one sound to the other, the sound might change slightly. So we really have to teach students when they're going back and spelling words to isolate these sounds, whereas when they're reading words, they kind of blend them together quickly. So B-L, B, B. It's not bull, which I hear a lot of my students do with blends. They'll look at it and say bull. Well, there's no U in here or O in here to make that word. So b, b, k, k, f, g, gl, p, p, s, sl. Okay, now R blends. I hear the same thing, and if you haven't taught this R sound correctly as R instead of what a lot of people like to teach is then your children are going to struggle when they have to spell words with R blends. So let's talk about it. If we said for this sound, then children would want to spell it B-E-R or B-I-R. And that is not the sounds that we're trying to get them to master here. It's b, r, br, br, k, r, kr, d, r, dr, f, r, fr, g, r, gr, p, r, pr, t, r, tr. All right, and then we've got our S blends. So SC, sk, 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 SM, sm, SN, sn, SP, sp, ST, st. And then our W blends, DW, dw, SW, sw, TW, tw. And then our ending blends, so these would come at the end of words, SP, sp, LT, lt, not ult, lt, LD, ld, MP, mp, LF, lf, CT, kt, LK, lk, FT, ft, LB, lb, LP, lp, XT, xt, ST, st, ND, nd, PT, pt. Lots of ending blends. SK, sk. And then we get into some other digraphs and sounds. So PH spells the sound f. All right, and then we have our NK and NG sounds. So these are also nasal sounds. You're going to be pushing air through your nose. So with these sounds, we don't really enunciate that ending letter. Like I'm just thinking like in the word sink, sink. I kind of like cut off that K sound at the end. So this would be ing, ing, onk, ong, unk. So you're really feeling those kind of pushing that air through your nose. Ung, ing, ink. Okay, Y at the end. So this is where Y can make those different sounds. Y can represent at the beginning of a word that Y sound, but at the end of a word, it can represent I. It can also represent E, and then sometimes it can represent it, like gym. So Y like cry, E like baby, and I like gym. Then we've got our magic E sounds. A magic E is A, E magic E is E, not a very common spelling. I magic E is I, O magic E is O, U magic E is U. Okay, so here's where we get back into that soft C. So C-E, C-I, and C-Y, we have to teach our students that when C is with those letters, it's going to spell the sound S instead of the sound K. G-E, G-I, and G-Y, most of the time is going to spell the sound J instead of the sound G. So we teach them at the beginning, G spells G. But as we get more into our phonics and deeper into our spelling patterns, we start to teach them those additional sounds of G, which is the J sound. A-R, R, ER. This is why we have to teach this single R sound correctly, because ER is IR is UR is OR, or. Okay, DGE, long spelling for a single sound, J. You will see this at the end of a word after a short vowel like judge. TCH, another funky spelling for ch. So TCH again at the end of a word after a short vowel. Whew. Okay, y'all, let's keep going. Here we go. We've got 3-letter blends, spr, str. Remember, not stir. That would be STIR, str. Squ, shr, thr, skr. Okay, here we go into some vowel teams. E, E, EA, E, AY, AI, A, OE, O, OA, O, OI, OI, OY, oi, OU, ow, 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 or O. So like in window and cow. So 2 different sounds can be represented by this. AU, aw, 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 IGH, I. So I was trying to find something about this, like when we use it the most. I mostly see IGH spelling the I sound when there's a T at the end. I'm not really sure why, or if that's even a rule. I would have to look into that. But IGH is another spelling for I. OO can spell oo like boo. It can spell like book. Or it can spell, am I missing one? Look, book, boo. I might have to come back to that one. EW, oo. Okay, 3 sounds for ED. ED can spell the D sound, the ID sound, or the T sound. I have other videos where I explain the different sounds of ED. I don't want to get into all the rules. I'm really just trying to go over the sounds here, but 3 sounds for ED, D, T, or ID, depending on the spelling pattern. Okay, and then these are just sounds that we have already gone through, but again, they could be at the end of a word or the beginning of a word. I did want to point out with CH, you can actually have a couple different sounds based on the language of origin. Not as common. The most common sound we're going to teach our beginning readers for CH is ch. But we know, like in the word Christmas, CH spells the k sound, and in the word champagne, it spells the sh sound. So there are some variations with some of these sounds that I didn't hit on. I just wanted to go through the most common ones that your child will need to learn kindergarten through 2nd grade so that you are equipped. So if you made it through this whole video, congratulations to you. Make sure you're signed up for my email list down below so you never miss a video, never miss a freebie that I send out once a month. And make sure that you check out some of the other resources I have below. I have this card pack linked that you can print out and use at home or in your classroom. So happy reading, everybody.